Have you ever felt the weight of giving everything you are to someone who treats your heart like a waiting room? Standing there, watching as they walk through you like a revolving door, taking pieces of your soul with every exit. You've been there, haven't you? In those quiet moments when your phone stays silent, yet your mind screams with unspoken words. When your dedication becomes their expectation, and your love becomes their convenience. But let me tell you something that will shake the very foundation of your self-doubt. They don't deserve you. Not a single fragment of your magnificent spirit. Not 1 second of your precious time. Not even a whisper of your boundless dreams. You see, there's a difference between being chosen and being settled for. Between being valued and being useful. Between being loved and being convenient. And you, my dear warrior of light, have been accepting the crumbs of affection when you deserve the entire feast. Do you know why they don't deserve you? Because while they were counting your flaws, you were counting the ways to make them smile. While they were measuring your worth in convenient moments, you were measuring your love in sleepless nights. While they were planning their exit strategies, you were building bridges to reach their hearts. You've been the emergency contact for their crises, the shoulder for their tears, the anchor in their storms. Yet when your world trembled, they were too busy to notice the earthquakes in your voice. When your sky fell, they didn't even look up. Your loyalty has been a lighthouse in their darkest nights. But they treated it like a flashlight, something to be used and forgotten in daylight. They don't deserve the way you love. Deep, unconditional, fierce, like an ocean that knows no bounds. Like a fire that knows no fear. Like a force of nature that knows no limits. They don't deserve the way you forgive. How you see the best in people even when they show you their worst. How you hold space for growth even when they choose to remain small. How you believe in second chances even when they've used up their 100th. Your heart is not a hotel for temporary guests. Your soul is not a playground for casual players. Your love is not a free sample at a grocery store. You are a masterpiece being treated like a rough draft. A symphony being treated like background noise. A constellation being treated like a single dim star. But here's the truth that's going to set you free. Their inability to see your worth doesn't decrease your value. Their failure to appreciate your presence doesn't diminish your light. Their choice to take you for granted doesn't define your significance. You are not the sum of their oversight. You are not the product of their negligence. You are not the result of their limitations. You are an anthology of strength they never bothered to read. A gallery of dreams they never took time to visit. A universe of possibilities they were too afraid to explore. And that's exactly why they don't deserve you. Because while they were looking for someone to complete them, you were already whole. While they were searching for someone to fix them, you were healing yourself. While they were waiting for someone to save them, you were becoming your own hero. You've been planting gardens in the debris of their broken promises, building castles from the ruins of their half-hearted commitments, creating masterpieces from the chaos of their inconsistency. And now it's time to recognize that you've been investing in a bankrupt relationship. Time to understand that your worth isn't determined by their perception. Time to accept that their inability to love you properly is their loss, not your failure. Let me tell you about the power that awakens when you finally understand your worth. It starts as a whisper in your soul, a quiet revelation that grows louder with each passing day. You begin to notice how the sun rises differently when you stop dimming your light for others. How the air tastes sweeter when you breathe for yourself, not for their approval. They don't deserve the masterpiece you become through every battle you fought alone, through every tear you've wiped away in silence, through every storm you've weathered without their shelter. You see, while they were questioning your value, you were forging something extraordinary, a strength that cannot be measured by their limited metrics, a resilience that cannot be contained by their small expectations, a power that cannot be diminished by their inability to recognize greatness. You've been a warrior in a world that wanted you to be a wallflower, a lion among those who expected you to be a lamb, an ocean of depth among those who prefer shallow waters. And that's precisely why they don't deserve you. Because while they were looking for someone easy to control, you were becoming untamable. While they were seeking someone to mold, you were breaking every mold they tried to force you into. While they were hunting for mediocrity, you were ascending towards excellence. Your spirit is not a commodity to be bartered with. Your essence is not a light switch to be flicked on and off at their convenience. Your presence is not a privilege they can take for granted. You are the culmination of every no that led to a better yes. Every door that closed that led to a grander opening. Every rejection that guided you closer to your true direction. They don't deserve the depth of your understanding. How you see beneath surfaces to the truth that lies within. How you recognize the beauty in broken things. How you find strength in vulnerability. Your empathy is not weakness. It's your superpower. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It's your gift to the world. Your intensity is not too much. It's exactly what this world needs. Remember how they tried to convince you that you were too much, too passionate, too ambitious, too demanding. But here's what they never understood. You weren't too much. They were too little. You weren't too bright. They were too dim. You weren't too complex. They were too simple. Their limitations were never your responsibility to carry. Their insecurities were never your burden to bear. Their smallness was never your cage to live in. You've been holding yourself back, trying to fit into spaces too small for your greatness. Folding your wings to make others comfortable with their inability to fly. Dimming your fire to keep from outshining those who refuse to light their own. But no more. No more apologizing for your strength. No more hiding your brilliance. No more shrinking to make others feel tall. Because you are not just surviving anymore. You are becoming. Becoming the force they always feared you could be. Becoming the light they tried to extinguish. Becoming the power they tried to contain. Let me share with you the secret that will transform your entire existence. The truth that will shatter every chain they've wrapped around your potential. You were never meant to be their backup plan, their safety net, their second choice. You are the main character in your own epic saga, the architect of your own destiny, the author of your own liberation, and they don't deserve to be part of your story anymore. Not because they aren't worthy of love, but because they aren't worthy of your particular magic, your specific brand of extraordinary. You see, you've been operating at a fraction of your true power, living in the shadows of their expectations, dancing to the rhythm of their limitations. But your soul was meant for grander symphonies. Your spirit was designed for higher flights. Your heart was created for deeper loves. They don't deserve the revolution that's brewing inside you, the awakening that's stirring in your bones, the power that's coursing through your veins. Because while they were trying to fit you into their small story, you were writing an epic. While they were trying to tame your wild heart, you were becoming untamable. This is your moment of metamorphosis, your season of becoming, your time of ascension. Watch how differently you move when you release their opinions. See how brightly you shine when you embrace your own light. Feel how strongly you stand when you claim your own ground. You are not their unfinished symphony. You are your own masterpiece in progress. Not their rough draft, but your own bestseller in the making. Every time they undervalued you, you were gaining strength. Every time they overlooked you, you were gathering wisdom. Every time they dismissed you, you were building resilience. And now, you stand at the threshold of your own rebirth, ready to shed the skin of their expectations, prepared to spread the wings of your true potential. You are not just walking away from what doesn't serve you. You are walking towards everything you're meant to become. Every step forward is a declaration of your worth. Every breath is an affirmation of your power. They don't deserve the phoenix you're becoming, rising from the ashes of their limitations, soaring beyond the boundaries they tried to set. Your transformation is not their story to tell. Your evolution is not their journey to claim. Your success is not their victory to share. Because while they were counting your flaws, you were counting your blessings. While they were measuring your worth, you were measuring your growth. This is your renaissance. your rebirth, your reclamation. Let them wonder about the fire they couldn't extinguish. Let them ponder the force they couldn't contain. Let them question the light they couldn't dim. Because you are not their almost. You are not their maybe. You are not their what if. You are your own absolute certainty. Your own definite destiny. Your own undeniable truth. So spread your wings, dear warrior. Ignite your inner fire. Embrace your wild nature. Because they don't deserve you. They never did, and they never will. For you are not meant to be deserved. You are meant to be celebrated. You are meant to be revered. You are meant to be free.